Hello friends and welcome back to the studio. Today I wanted to give you guys a bit of behind the scenes into my process for creating the artwork that I actually create. I am about to start a brand new body of work oil on canvas series that I'm super excited to create and start working on. But before I ever put brush to canvas, I like to start off each painting with doing a composition and color study of the artwork that I'm going to eventually put onto these canvases. I find this to be an absolutely invaluable part of my process because more often than not, I find issues with my composition or colors or things that I want to tweak or adjust. Or sometimes I find that I just absolutely loathe whatever I originally had planned for the canvas itself. So I like to be able to experiment and go through my paintings this way before I jump over onto the final surface that I'm going to be using. The body of work that I'm about to start creating is each painting is going to be quite large. The canvas size for these paintings is going to be 36 by 24. So, also another fun fact, I have been fully building my canvases myself. So, there's quite a bit of work that goes into not only painting each and every one of these paintings, but also the building of the canvas itself, including all the layers of gesso, building the frame, everything. So, but just so that I know that I'm super excited and super confident in the direction of these paintings, I like to do these studies. I'm super excited about this body of work. It's been kind of a team effort, to be honest. I've talked about it a lot with my mastermind buddies, and I've really put a lot of thought into the concept behind this body of work. And it kind of creeped on a little bit. It's kind of been a built up process of coming to the concept that I'm working through for this series. And I'm also really excited to get a head start, jump start on this body of work because in April, today's March 21st. Holy smokes. Wow. Okay, I just realized exactly a month from today, that's weird. Exactly a month from today, I'm going to have surgery on my right wrist, and I am right hand dominant. I am pretty nervous about it. It's going to be totally fine. So many people have the surgery, but I have a carpal tunnel surgery on my right wrist because my arms, both of them, but especially my right hand, arm, wrist area, has been going numb for the last few years and it's been getting progressively worse. Take it from me, if something like this starts to happen, just go get it checked out immediately. Being an artist and me needing my right hand, it was pretty scary for me, and I was afraid that they were gonna tell me, "Well, you're pretty much screwed. Sorry." Obviously, that's not what happened, and either way, they weren't gonna do that. I mean, I feel like there's always something usually that can be done, but in order for me to not have this problem anymore, I'm gonna need the surgery, and because of the surgery, I will be a little out of commission for a couple of weeks after the fact. So I want to get as much done on at least, I want to at least try to get this painting done. And if not fully done, then I would like to at least be super close. So the more I can get done on this series, the better. And I keep just telling myself that while I can't paint during the weeks that I'm going to be in recovery, it'll be a good time to take a step back and get fresh eyes on the painting. So, and just the concept and body of work as a whole. I'm so nervous. I'll keep you guys updated on that. It's gonna be fine, but it's gonna drive me crazy not being able to paint or really do anything. I keep joking with my loved ones that I'm just gonna try doing some left-handed abstract paintings or something. I don't know. Uh, but we'll see. So, with this color study, I'm really, really glad that I did it, and this is actually a good example of the reasoning for which I do these color studies and composition studies. This, as you can see in the video right now, one of her sleeves is different than the other. It's because I'm trying to mess around with how I want her to look, and so I'm messing around with different aspects, textures, line work, things like that. The colors of this, they're very, very vibrant, and most of my artwork is highly saturated and full of color pops and all of that. However, while I was working through this, I came to the realization that it's just too much. I don't know if it's the artwork itself or if it's just the direction I want to go in. I know for a fact it's the direction I want to go in, but I don't know if my style is changing and that is what's causing me to not want to do it this saturated. There needs to be more mood in there, and this is just a really great example of why I do color studies. It just, as I was working through it, I noticed more and more the things that I wasn't totally in love with. And I noticed more and more what I wanted to do versus what I was doing. And I really recommend that you guys do these if you're an artist and you're looking to paint any composition, any painting at all, but especially ones that are going to be quite large or quite intricate and take you a long time. It really does pay off to do these color studies. And also, let's be honest, it is kind of nice to have two paintings at the end of it. Some artists will do one giant sheet of color studies for the same painting, and I do that every so often as well. But I really do like doing individual singular sheet color studies because don't have to I don't have the ability always to ignore the other ones. So if I'm using one giant sheet and there's 10 small color composition studies on it, sometimes it can be very hard for me to ignore the others and only focus on the one I'm trying to look at. And also, I like that for this method, I can have each one of my color studies separate so I can lay them out in different ways next to each other if I do want to compare them to each other. And I can ignore the ones that I just know without a doubt are just rubbish. You know, I don't have to consciously ignore those while still trying to compare these other ones. And it leaves more room in my mind, and it's easier for me to pay attention to what I like, what I don't like, and then not get muddied with all this other stuff going on from all these other versions. Now with this one, I actually showed my friend and mastermind partner this particular finished color study, and she said, I really like her wings. And I realized that's a problem. Now, I know that sounds funny. She really likes her wings, but they're not supposed to be the wings, like these wings are not supposed to be attached to this woman. It's supposed to be a completely other dragonfly. And so that actually alerted me to an issue that I didn't even realize. So, I mean, if you're capable of showing a partner or somebody your color studies, I recommend that too if you want. Sometimes that can actually muddy what's going on in your mind as well. So, this is just a little bit of behind the scenes for the artwork that I create, and I hope this gives you some insight on what I do. I realized I never really show my processes for creating my artwork. And for being an art YouTube channel, I see a lot of problem in that. So I'm going to try to start doing this more often. And if you guys would like to see more behind the scenes, I recommend you guys go check out my Instagram, which is at Artwork by Peyton. There I post a lot of behind the scenes into what I'm working on, the processes I'm going through for my artwork, and just a lot more stuff over there. So check that out if you feel like it. And also, if you'd like to check out my finished artwork, check out my shop, which is artworkbypeyton.com. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I would really appreciate it if you'd give it a thumbs up, a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you find any value from this channel, I would really appreciate it. And drop a comment down below if you have any thoughts or questions or feedback or even any future video requests. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day and a creative rest of your week, and I will see you next time.